I know why you're back. It's because you heard I was going to talk about RigMetal. Before I talk about RigMetal, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, consider doing so. I want to tell you guys I'm not sponsored by RigMetal. I'm sure you can tell by the number of subscribers, nobody's flagging me down for sponsorships yet. So this video is entirely my opinion, as is any video that I do on the channel. And regardless of whether I have sponsors or not, if I'm doing a full review, I'm going to give you my opinion. That being said, um, I want to take a minute and shout out RigMetal for providing such fantastic equipment. It's hard to find good sellers in the US for aluminum profile. It's hard to find them at a great price, and even more so than anything else, it's hard to find them and get them quickly. RigMetal accomplishes all of that by offering good quality products, great customer service, and fast shipping. I've ordered my rig and my monitor stand from them, and each time I've ordered from them, I was average about 4.5 business days. Both times I ordered on a weekend, one day on Friday, shipped out first thing Monday, had it by Thursday. The following week, I think I ordered on a Saturday or a Sunday for the monitor mount, and by Friday afternoon had it. So compared to the 2 to 6 week wait times you might see for other rigs, RigMetal's getting them to you within a week. So shout out to them, and shout out to them for their customer service, their support, and everything they do. Definitely appreciate that. So, without further ado, let's get into talking about this rig. I know I did another video talking about the rig. I had raced on it a few times. I hadn't spent a lot of time on it. Now I've got it dialed in a bit, so I'm going to talk about the rig a little bit more, but I'm going to start by talking about the monitor stand because that's what this video is really about. So as you can see, I'm floating here. No more single mount monitor stands on the sides. We've got full connectivity, one solid monitor. As you can see, we're triple monitor mounted on a single stand. I will say this is not built to the spec that was provided by RigMetal. Reason being is my monitors are a bit different. I will show you guys that in a minute, but I ended up having to actually build the mounting part for the monitors upside down to accommodate the plugs on the back of the monitors, because had I built it the proper way, I would not have been able to plug anything in. So even though it's not built exactly the way the directions tell you to build it, it has been fantastic. It worked great. Though I will say I spent, and maybe it's because it's upside down and not built right, and because I'm using two different size monitors. Those are all factors that might have added to this, but it took me more time to align the monitors around here and get the nice picture throughout to line up. I know if you're looking at the camera right now, right here doesn't appear to line up on the camera, but from the seat where I'm sitting, that is a solid line. The perspective is nice. It's just from up above, it looks wonky. So I'll bring you guys down and show you that perspective in some of my later videos. But ultimately, getting them lined up took longer than it took to build my rig, took longer than it built to build the monitor stand. It was a process to get them lined up, but now that they're at least very, very close to right, I am so glad I bought this. It was definitely worth it, and I'm sure no matter what stand you buy, if you're messing with two different kinds of monitors, you're gonna find yourself trying to line them up anyway. So I don't fault RigMetal. Had I built it the right way and had triple monitors that didn't line up, and I spent that much time doing it, maybe I would be a little more frustrated. But I completely understand that nothing I did was quite to spec, and I'm not using it the way it's intended. That being said, it is still absolutely awesome to have. As you can see, I was able to mount my lights up here. Those are fully adjustable right now. I have them spun away. It was too bright in here. I didn't want to be a ghost on camera, so had to move those around. Was able to adapt my mic mount. I've got that the way I need it now. It's not curled down. I can bring it in close if I need to. I can push it away. It's in a good spot. I didn't have that option when I was mounted to the wall and on the floors. So yeah, let's take a look around the monitor stand. Alright guys, so what are we looking at here? We are looking at a 34-inch ultra wide with two 27-inch monitors on either side. So obviously they don't match up exactly, and you will notice a bit of a gap up here. But once you get into the seat, hopefully you guys can see that. It's a little tough to get the camera angle right, but it does line up perfectly from one monitor to the next, which takes a lot of adjusting and works out perfect. Let me take you around the backside here and show you what I did differently than RigMetal intended. This plate right here is intended to be on top of the extrusion up here. Because of these plugs right here, I had to undermount it because the extrusion would have been in the way. This would have blocked right here. And because I chose to undermount, I had to make the same modifications over here so that all the screens would line up. And right in here, hopefully it's bright enough, you can see the washers spacing. That's to get the screen lined up with the other two screens. I just want to point out also, while I'm back here, I was able to do some decent cord management. I still have a little bit of work to go, but these clips right here, they've got 3M pads on them, and they're reclippable. They are awesome for cord management, as you can see. As you probably noticed from this side, as opposed to the rat's nest of cables that could be, it is very moderate. I still have a few cables to wrap that I will get to at some point, but overall the cable management with those clips is awesome. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the rig a little bit more. Let me get back into my seat. So just a few final thoughts on the rig after a couple weeks of racing in it. Overall, as much as I've been torquing on it, it's still very firm. I haven't tightened any bolts. I haven't done anything with it. The plates that come with it, if you use the washers with them, everything stays pretty sturdy. The bolts don't come loose. I can crank on this wheel pretty hard. No issues there. Little bit of adapting to get the pedals to the right height, to get the wheel to the height where it sits, where I like it on my chest. We're about middle of the chest to the middle of the wheel, which is about perfect for me. That's how I like it. I got plenty of leg room. I can twist all the way around now, unlike my previous rig. Really, everything's come together really nice. It's sturdy. I know when the time comes that I want to get the direct drive wheel, this is going to be able to hold up. Worst case scenario, maybe I go a little bit thicker or mount a few, or add a few brackets to sturdy it up a little bit. So far, I don't think I'm going to need it, but you never know when you start getting into stronger. I mean, we're talking 6 Newton meters of force versus 25 or 20 to 30, depending on which wheel I end up with. So I definitely feel like this is the long haul rig. This is the one that is going to stick around. And with that being said, I can finally start doing the modifications I've been talking about and dreaming about. I can finally add in my center console. I can finally start doing my roll cage, the things that I've really wanted from the rig to make it more immersive. It's finally time. I finally have everything I need to feel good about that. I did mention the dash up here. I'm probably more likely than not going to hold off for a DD wheel just so that I don't have to rebuild that twice. This is really bulky compared to what I'm going to get if I can get like a Fanatec podium wheel. And honestly, being the Podium Couch channel, I feel like the Fanatec wheel has to be the next option. If I'm going to go DD, that's just how I feel about it. I've looked at the VRS. I've looked at the other at the SimCube. As much as I do like the SimCube, I'm feeling Fanatec. That's what I'm feeling right now. So that's the rig, guys. I don't have a plan for my next video quite yet. There will be something next week, but usually I have them planned out and I share them with you. I don't have that at the moment, but I will tell you there's going to be a video I'll also share with you. Currently working on some merch, mainly for me for the time being, but if I hear enough about people being interested in it, in anything that I'm wearing, as soon as I get the right supplier, the right images, everything the way I like it, I will be happy to send them out. I like this image. I'm not quite sure how I feel about the quality of the shirt or the placement of the image, but I am working on the merch. I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys with the video from my last rig, just showing the difference and how far this has come in the last couple weeks. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Have a good one, guys.